So I thought that I would continue on with the quotes. This one, I just started rereading Marianne Williamson, or Mama. If a lot of you remember in the 2016 presidential election, before a lot of us that were heavily involved, used to be heavily involved in politics, kind of dropped out after that, and probably thankfully so. But anyway, this was a book that meant a lot to me a few years ago, so I picked it up. I'm kind of rereading a lot of different books right now, so I may do a lot of quotes. But anyway, this is actually from the very first page. So this is Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love, which is her meditation on A Course in Miracles, which I'll go ahead and say that next year, so in 2023, I'm going to do a 365-day pop-up on the energetic implications of A Course in Miracles, and basically using A Course in Miracles as a form of yoga, which is essentially, I mean, it doesn't take very much to see that that's essentially what it is. All right, so this is from the very first page of Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love, which is her meditation on A Course in Miracles and how it's affected her life. A lot of us know we have what it takes: the looks, the education, the talent, the credentials. But in certain areas, we're paralyzed. We're not being stopped by something on the outside, but by something on the inside. Our oppression is internal. The government isn't holding us back, or hunger, or poverty. We're not afraid we'll get sent to Siberia. We're just afraid, period. Our fear is free-floating. We're afraid this isn't the right relationship, or we're afraid it is. We're afraid they won't like us, or we're afraid they will. We're afraid of failure, or we're afraid of success. We're afraid of dying young, or we're afraid of growing old. We're more afraid of life than we are of death. You'd think we'd have some compassion for ourselves, bound up in emotional chains the way we are, but we don't. We're just disgusted with ourselves because we think we should be better by now. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking other people don't have as much fear as we do, which only makes us more afraid. Maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe we're missing a chromosome. That should be more of a teaser for going and getting this book, for diving into A Course in Miracles, or any of the other, what's his name, the psychologist that wrote the first book that was kind of an actual practical application of A Course in Miracles, even though the workbook from A Course in Miracles is itself insanely practical, and you can update it if you don't like some of the dated terminology or the pseudo-religious terminology, even though you can, once again, actually read the actual Course in Miracles thing, the precursor, the very long book. You can dive into Neville Goddard, you can dive into initiatory stuff, and you can learn the actual the true hidden meanings behind a lot of that terminology. But if you can't quite wrap your head around it, you can pick up, like Pam Grout has the Course in Miracles experiment. I think that's the name of the book, but it's by Pam Grout, and it's her take on the Course in Miracles. So she does, like a lot of people, and I would like to mention that I got turned on to the Course in Miracles by Susan Carlson, who may she rest in peace, was a dear friend. And And so for a long time I struggled trying to get into it, and then finally it's it's been much easier. But a lot of people do it 365 days a year, every single year. And it does not have to be started on New Year's or anything. You just start whenever you're ready and you go through it. It doesn't take a whole lot of time each day. It's really just about seeing and being aware of what your awareness really is, and being aware of what your primal nature really is. So it really is kind of a step back from it's almost a Western yoga towards unity. So with that being said, I will let this go. I have announced that I will do the 365-day Course in Miracles, which I've talked about to a few people in private, and it's been bouncing around inside my head, and I guess I'll go ahead and do it, and kind of put my 2 cents into it. If you want Pam Grout's book, the reason I mentioned Pam Grout is because she substitutes things like God for the dude, because the dude abides, and primal nature abides, basically. So yeah, with that I will bid you adieu. All right, thank you very much.